It's October 16th and it's step 22, Libra. Today's the day where long-term relationships are trying to work themselves out. Do you feel like you still belong in that relationship? And do they feel like they still belong in that relationship? It's going to bring a lot of uncertainty today. It's sitting back and letting you know that you do belong and you're exactly where you need to be. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Looking forward to today's live. Today's live is going to be fantastic. I just realized something here. We don't have that, just so you know.
Oh, we don't have the other one?
No. Because we're backed up. Sorry guys. Put in where you're from. Put in where you're from. And today, you guys, did you guys have a really wild weekend? What was the eclipse like for you guys? First of all, wasn't that cool? The eclipse and all of the shadows that put on the ground. That was unbelievable. So put in where you're from. Red Deer, Alberta. Yes, love at work. From Danielle in Toronto. Seattle here. Toronto. Massachusetts. Hi from Scotland. Hello from Scotland. You know something? They keep trying to get me to eat haggis all the time, but I'm not sure I can do it. Minneapolis, Minnesota, New York, Cape Split, Nova Scotia, Florida, Arizona, Castlegar, BC, Denver, New York, Southwest Oregon. Yes, the eclipse was pretty cool out there, I heard. Ireland, Romania, Austria. Wow, second here. Yesterday I broke down and started sobbing watching what's happening in Gaza. Yes, Guatemala, Dallas, Texas, Saskatchewan, Canada, Cardos, Australia, Massachusetts, Maine, Lithuania. Whoa, aloha. We are all over the world today. This is incredible. Georgia, Florida, California, Lake Wales, Florida. Veggie haggis. Where is veggie haggis?
You can make vegetable haggis.
Vegetable haggis?
Yeah,
oh, vegetable haggis. Okay, got you there. Okay, I'll do vegetable haggis. Talked about Libra. Did you talk about Gemini already? No, I was just giving you today. Today is a step 22 day. And in a step 22 day, in Libra, what we're doing is analyzing long-term relationships. And what does that really mean? It means that you're checking to see if you are actually still aligned with the people that you are in long-term relationships with. It could be a business partnership. It could be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. And your alignment is, and what you're looking for is your alignment. And you're looking to see, well, first of all, expect the unexpected. People are trying to resolve their feelings and saying, hey, do I really belong here anymore? Not exactly sure. Tucson, Arizona, Langley, BC. Zore, how you doing? Minnesota, thank you so much. South Africa, Ontario, Tennessee, Vancouver, Owatonna, Minnesota. Good MO. Turkey, Hilton Head. Wow, everybody. Bristol, UK. Live Oak, Florida. Hi from Canada. St. Petersburg, Florida. Hey, St. Petersburg, you've got Ryan out there from CO2 Tuesdays, and we've got a whole bunch of other people out in St. Petersburg. That place is growing like crazy. Texas, Ottawa. Would you be able to meet us Thursday for partner maneuvers? Oh, okay, yeah, you guys are talking Pakistan, Nairobi. Whoa, this is like really United Nations today. What's up? You guys all feeling it or what?
Wow. I'm amazed at the countries and the places that are popping up here. This is fantastic.
So, how are you?
More Alberta. Oh yeah.
How have you guys been
places.
feeling? Like, what was your experience over the weekend? Did you feel drained? Did you feel tired? What did you feel?
Drained and tired, and the relationship that is for me popping up is with myself.
Mm-hmm.
So the relationship with yourself also, not just those around you and in your family.
Can
See
you
how that rolls for
recommend a meditation? Hey, that's actually a good one. Can you recommend a meditation for healing the world? I can. The problem with meditations, especially when I want something that I feel desperate for, is that I'm doing it in the consciousness of desperation. If I do that, it doesn't actually work. It gets the opposite of that. So the very first thing to properly meditate is to be present in your body. So how do you do that? You can do the 15-minute stress reset. You can do the lower reset, the upper reset. But get yourself in a spot where you are present in your body and you're not fearing. And even if you have a lot of fear about a situation, if you do the resets, like a 15-minute reset and an organ reset, your fear should drop 75 to 90%. Then you start your meditation. That's really important. And when I am present in my own body and my hormones are flowing properly, I no longer want to hurt people around me. And it doesn't matter who it is. I have found this is part of why in our programs, this is why we have the 28-day reset, the Lifestyle Artist 1, Lifestyle Artist 2. This is why we spend our time with Lifestyle Artist 2. Because at that point, I know that somebody who's gone that far through the journey only wants to help themselves and help the ones around them. But they didn't feel like that when they started. The reason why we want to hurt other people is because we're still willing to hurt ourselves. And if we're willing to stop hurting ourselves, then we'll stop hurting other people. This is a fundamental practice, a component of every spiritual practice, and it's the one that's missed 100% of the time. Is people want to heal everything and take care of everything else, but they don't want to heal themselves. Heal yourself first. When you're okay, the world around you starts to become okay. You become infectious. So when you're okay and you're balanced and you're feeling good, then you interact with people and they become more balanced and feel good. And then they interact with people that become more balanced and feel good. It's a ripple effect. Super important. Thank you for asking. Slept a lot, did a sweat lodge. How can I learn more about numbers? Join Serious Joy. Go to the link in our bio and go to our partner page on our website, and you can go to Serious Joy and you can sign up for $4 for the first month to try it out and see if it resonates with you. In there's a step system. He explains it, and you can go in there. You can become a full-fledged astrologer if you go through the resources in the back. In that step system, that's the numbers that I use to encode and decode the body. With that encoding and decoding of the body, then we can look around the world, because everything that happens in this world is from our own experience, which means that I can attribute a value to each one of those experiences based upon something that I feel. That value is step 0 is to protect. Step 1 is what I love. Step 2 is how I feel. Step 3 is what I believe. Step 4 is belonging and community. Step 5 is how I think. Step 6 is receiving. It's Libra. It's balance. It's creating balance. Step 7 is what I sense. Step 8 is making a decision. Step 9 is I acting like I am. So I'm acting the previous 8 steps. Step 10 is to protect my manifestation. It's to sort and protect and manifest. And step 11 out of the 12 steps, because actually 0 is a step, is to become. And that step 11 is also the sign for Virgo, which is embodiment. And I am a 29 degrees Sagittarius, which means 2 plus 9 is 11, which is Virgo. Drained, tired, spent several hours in morning doing deep inner child work. Yes, that's good. Found on Friday I have to have a surgery on my posterior ligament between T10 and 11. Super scared. Yeah, I would be super scared too. I personally believe, especially where you're having a surgery, that there's other ways around that. I don't know your whole situation, The Rock, but right now, surgeries in those areas, I mean, is it a disconnectomy? What is the actual surgery? But the ligaments aren't what's holding you together. Your fascia is holding you together, and something's pulling it out. The ligaments would only be strained as if you have a massive flow of fascia pulling one way and the ligaments trying to hold it back into balance. Fix your fascia, fix your body. Been so angry with my world around me before I started the reset, and now I'm so relaxed being able to say thank you, Danny. That's actually a good point. Elaine Faribault. Hello, Danny.
Hi. Sorry, I was just eating, just in a second you called me up.
I got you with food in your mouth, right? Isn't that the way it always happens?
No. No. I was just picking it up from my kids, just cleaning up.
So Danny, tell everybody where you are and when your birthday is.
Yeah, I'm in Munich. I'm in Germany. My birthday is the 26th of July, 1982. I'm a Leo.
Are you a 4-degree Leo? or 3?
I'm a 3 degree.
Oh, you're a Sagittarius Leo.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense. You're all about learning and education and finding new things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love to learn new things, and I'm totally into all the fashion maneuvers since December I started. So yeah, I spend all my free time in it. I'm in the parents helping children group, and I try whatever I can.
So tell me a little bit more about your journey, because you actually said there was a lot of anger beforehand. How does that transition for you?
Yeah, I mean, we have 3 kids, my husband and I. This is the youngest.
Hi, what's your youngest name?
This is Mia. She's nearly 1.5, and my oldest son, he's 7. And then we have a second son, he's 4 years old. Yeah. And yeah, of course, I mean, I'm a full-time mommy, taking mainly care of the kids, and I have all the, let's say, emotional load of my kids, you know, which come,
well, you
in waves.
Feel it all, because you feel it in your heart too.
Yeah, I feel it. And yeah, this is sometimes, you know, I felt so angry, like being, you know, only on myself, you know, taking care of them and trying to manage all the stuff with the family. And I was like angry with my husband, angry with the world, you know, nobody supporting me. And yeah, I spent all my time on my kids and on their feelings, and I didn't start with myself, you know. And then I had all this eczema flashing up, you know, in my body in last December. I was really, my body screamed help very, very loudly.
Right.
And yeah, and then I started the journey with my husband as well. He started as well. And yeah, I'm in the Lifestyle Artist 1. I'm nearly done. I'm nearly finished with this one.
So what's the biggest change? I mean, like, why is it that you had a lot of anger and now not so much? Because your life circumstances probably haven't changed that much.
Yeah, no. The surroundings are still the same, but it's how I react to them. You know, how my body is reacting. Yeah, this is my middle son. He wants to join as well.
Hi, what's your name?
He's Leo. Leopold is his name.
Hi, Leo. When's your birthday, Leo?
Leo is the 2nd of June. He's a Gemini.
Oh yeah. He's all about get me on stage, Mom.
Absolutely. And this is my Sagittarius. He's the 19th of December.
Oh, he's 19th? Oh my God, What's his degree?
27.
27. You know what's funny is so Sagittarius. I'm an Aries Sagittarius. I'm Aries rising, but I'm at 29 degrees, which makes me a Sagittarius Virgo.
Yeah.
But you know Jennifer Beals, the movie Flashdance, remember?
Yeah.
So she's also she's one of my friends, and she follows the maneuvers like religiously. She's a 27 degree too. They have a way of just making themselves known in the world.
Absolutely. I mean, I sent you, I remember that you're telling me this when I sent his chart in the Parents Helping the Children group. You already told me that he has the same kind of chart like Jennifer Beal has. Yeah,
very, very similar to her chart. Now I remember. Yeah, I do a lot of those every day, so sometimes I forget. But
yeah, no, don't worry. No, but the thing is, my body doesn't absorb all of these feelings and emotions, you know, in the same way like it did before. So I'm more capable of handling them and not making them my feelings, you know, and being overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And having the physical reaction, you know, sometimes I still feel when it's too much, you know, it starts itching, and I have it still on my neck at some time. So where I really feel, okay, it's overwhelming me, you know, with all the emotions and all the stuff. But usually, no, I'm more calmer. I'm trying to do my resets in between. I do them with the kids. I do them on the kids, you know, and this really helped a lot for me, you know, like calming my body down completely, you know, knowing what do I need now and what can I do? What are my tools now? So now I have the toolbox. And I remember
so basically, since your outside circumstances haven't changed, you weren't really mad at your husband or upset and all that. You were just had emotions that were coming up, and you were looking for a place to put them.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is what I was trying to find, someone to put it on, you know, because the emotions from my kids were put on me, and where do I put them? You know, they were stored all over in my body. So I tried to yeah, I try to eliminate them whilst exercising, you know, exercising every day, doing sports and this kind of stuff. And then in January, I quit everything. I said, no Pilates, no personal training anymore. I just need to fix my body
And how does your
first.
body feel now that you've done that, though?
Amazing, amazing. I lost a lot of weight, I have to say.
Isn't that amazing? You did these really gentle
Crazy.
movements outside of all that hardcore work, and now you're losing the weight.
No, it's really crazy because I still had quite a belly, I have to say, and then I recognized that this was really all the emotions I was holding inside. And now since the last 5 weeks, I was dropping weight, you know, the belly was gone, and it's amazing. It's yeah, interesting how the body works. And when you realize it and you release it, you know, that, and you feel it first. I mean, just feel the emotions which are stored and then release them. And no, it's amazing. I feel really good.
So you've been a part of this pilot group with a couple hundred parents who have been doing fascia maneuvers with their children from normal to all kinds of disease pathologies. And what's that experience been like? By the way, that program is coming live to our platform in about 3 to 4 more weeks. We have Lauren and Jenna coming here in a couple of weeks, and we're going to finish videos, and then it goes live. So what's that been like for, like, what can you tell parents that are out there trying to help their kids right now about it?
Yeah, I started, I have to say, mainly because of my oldest son, because he's a very high sensitive child, and he was born like that. And I always felt he was different. And I had the feeling I need to help him somehow, you know? And he had all this congestion coming up where he, like, yeah, his emotions were like digested through his congestions. And this is where I started. And I started on his bladder because he was sometimes, you know, wetting himself. And now after a couple of weeks, I can already see some changes, you know, there's no wetting anymore. And I tried to take pictures so to keep up on track so that we can see a before and an after. So I'm still working on that. And yeah, I can see that, you know, he's a bit more calmer, a bit more, you know, relaxed. And yeah.
Yeah, isn't that amazing how the children actually their disposition, their emotions can change so quickly?
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely. And I want to teach them this, you know, to tell them how can you handle your emotions, you know, future-wise, how can you work with them, and what can you do to release them, your anger and your frustration and whatever, you know. So this is what I want to teach them.
We're with this programs that we're doing and all these kids doing fascia maneuvers all over the world, we're going to have a completely new generation coming in, because it's the first generation that I know of in modern history that has a way to relieve their emotional state and understand it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I was just posting a picture of my middle son when he was doing the maneuvers following Lauren's girls, you know, when they were doing the maneuvers. So I had him in the front doing it, and I took a picture of him, and it's amazing, you know. Children teaching children, we need more of that for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. Please tag me on that picture.
Yeah.
Tag me on that picture, please.
Yeah, I will tag it.
Okay, it sounds like you got your hands full.
Yeah, I need it. You know, they're doing stuff here.
I mean, that's what we do this for, right? We do this to help them and have them integrate in our lives. So thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. There you go.
There she goes. See you.
Bye. Yes, the fascia maneuvers can all be done laying on the floor. Most of the time when we're out with people, if you're going to be in Joshua Tree and we do any work on you, it's going to be on the floor. We're not taking a table with us. So yeah, you can do them all on the floor. Absolutely. I mean, sometimes you got to get a little creative, right? Yeah, the most powerful thing is we have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands now of parents around the world using this to help their kids and showing them how to regulate their emotions. What happens when, like, I grew up not regulating my emotions, holding them in, not even knowing I had emotions other than excitement, fear, sadness, anger. and extremes of it, right? What happens in, you know, I'm 54, so a lot of those things are hardwired in responses. We were having an internal meeting today, and I found myself responding right away. Yes, I have transformed. Thank you, thank you. What do you guys think of my new look? My hair. Look at my hair. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I still look at it today and I go, my gosh, I have one thing left to do, I believe. I mean, I'm still changing every day in my body, but it's my teeth. And it's been an interesting journey because it wasn't like it was a bad tooth. It was two of them. It was my canines on either side. And my canines on either side, which are connected to my gallbladder, which is resentment. And I'm like, whoa, I mean, how prolific that I got that. You know, I talk to people every day. One of the things about doing that is it made me super, super self-conscious about smiling. And I'm like, whoa, I can't even imagine how much, like, well, first of all, for the last year and a half, I've been going through this journey, and I absolutely refused to go rip them out. I refused to put a drill in them. I refused to do anything. I'm just letting my body do what it's supposed to do. And, you know, if I was off in the bush in the mountains, I wouldn't have a drill. I wouldn't have all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm here right now. I have one chance to just see what my body's going to do. I'm in no danger. I'm in no pain. I've had moments where I had swelling, as you guys saw a long time ago. Here, I'll bring that up. As you saw, I had swelling. In those moments, I actually just worked it out. And, you know, I could have gone to a dentist, could have tore stuff out. But I'm letting my body do this because I don't get another chance. When would I ever have another chance to experience this? That's what I said to myself. I said, when? Because once this is done or over or I've moved through it, it's not going to happen again. And how would I know what somebody else is going through if I haven't had the experience myself? And this is a big part of what I believe in. I believe that experiential learning and having the experience is one of the most important things here. And not that you have to experience everything. I don't need to experience everything, but broad ranges that bring up questions about who we are and how it works. Here's an example. This is the left side of my face on the top left-hand corner. I think you might see the top right-hand corner, the one way over there. That was swollen up. Now, what consequently is that is the actual stomach channel. It goes all the way down here. So it's actually stomach that was swollen. And it wasn't processing the fluid properly. It was trying to turn, the fascial layers are trying to twist and turn, and fluid got stuck in there, so it swelled up. And what happened was, that happened after an emotional release. So I had no issues, no warning, nothing like that. I had this big, strong emotional release with somebody, and I went to sleep, and it was like at 6 p.m. By 9 p.m. I'm at sleep, 9:30. I got up in the middle of the night and I'm like, why does my face feel swollen? I went back to sleep. I got up in the morning and that's what it looked like. So I canceled my live that day. And then I took 30 P3OM a day and 30 Power Kirk a day. I put some blue tanzine oil on there. And of course I just used my Nano V, which I use every day anyways. And then by 24 hours was the bottom left-hand corner. And then 24 hours later was the top right-hand corner right down here, which the picture is kind of blocking. And then 24 hours after that. So this is 4 days to have those changes. But what I thought was swelling up here, what was interesting is I had this bunch of fascia here that was tight. And you guys will see me quite often doing this or moving my head, trying to move that fascia through. And these are like some gallbladder meridian. Is one of the big ones that comes through here. And I had been trying to work this because this tightness was mirrored here and mirrored here and then mirrored here and mirrored here. And I wasn't able to move it. I have been trying it for thousands of times. When this swelled up, guess what happened? This automatically released. So my body was doing it. But if I didn't trust my body and go, okay, I'm going to go get antibiotics. Oh, I'm going to go get that tooth extracted or pulled. If I just didn't give my body the chance and trust it, then how would I know? Like this, first of all, none of this would have opened up, and none of my face, which is still shifting, would have shifted, because my face would have went through the trauma of the work. These are like, and here's the fear at this point. It's close to the brain. It's going to get you, which again is so bullshit, because think about it. When you say close to the brain, it goes into the blood. It's not like leaching up. It's going close to the blood. It's going in the blood. The blood circulates every 45 seconds. So here or down here, it's only a matter of seconds of difference if it's going to get in there. So it's like all these things that I've been told medically over the years, and that I subscribe to, that I believed in, that I talk to people about. And and now I sit back and go, whoa, how stupid was I to not even think about that? Our blood is in a circulatory system. That means every 45 seconds, it goes through every part of our body and it goes back through the heart, which is not a pump, which is a vortex. And you can see that when you go into our 28-day reset, we show you the heart. I think it's in 28 days, Return the Lifestyle Artist. We show you one of the top cardiologists in the world does a dissection. He says the heart's not a pump, and here's why. He actually shows it to you. And again, breaking down these patterned belief systems that have been there a long time. If we don't test this, who will? Here, a second here. And if I haven't had the experience with something like that, it's not about the swelling there. It's about the whole experience. It's about using probiotics instead of antibiotics. It's about using Power Kirk instead of exasperating my body with a chemical pharmaceutical anti-inflammatory. It's about doing fascia maneuvers and opening it up. That's what it's about. Yeah, share the heart video. Actually, can you put the heart video? Can you put the name of the heart video in the comments? And I encourage you guys to all go read it right now. Yeah, that heart video is super important. Can you get rid of blood pressure like that? If you have blood pressure issues, there's a low or high, especially high blood pressures. Think about what high blood pressure is. A vein is like a garden hose, right? So if I take and I squeeze a garden hose, what happens? The pressure goes up. That's why you squeeze the end of the hose. So, so think about blood pressure. What's squeezing that hose? Well, dehydration of the fascia, because that blood vein goes through fascia. If I dehydrate it, squeezes it. If I contract it because of fear or anger, contract. That's what happens when I'm in fear or anger or sadness. I'm contracting it. Then the blood pressure is going to go up. That's a normal thing. So think about it logically. Yeah, my eyes, people are asking if my eyes change color. They're getting brighter. So they're getting less dark. I mean, I've had blue eyes with a little bit of green, but they're definitely getting that lighter. What are you doing for your feet now? Are you talking about my throat? It's not my throat, guys. What it is, first of all, I'm a Sagittarius, which is a predisposition to mucus, especially in this area. What I'm doing is I'm moving my body around. You can see this little bit of my neck. That's because the bag, look at this. That's a bag. See that? See, that bag is still pinned there. My shoulders are still slightly rotated and they're slightly pinned, and it needs to open up and go down into here. That still hasn't opened, and I pulled it a million times and I can't open it. While that means that there's rotation around my throat. And the large intestine comes up through here, which is highly mucal driven. And so that's why you'll hear me clear my throat sometimes. And it comes and goes, and it happens to be 90% more active when I'm on here with you guys. So that will go away over time. Is pulmonary arterial hypertension similar to blood pressure being high for fascia? Pulmonary, lungs, arterial, veins or arteries, or hypertension, tension, hypertension, strong. Yeah. Well, it has a lot to do with it. If you have pulmonary arterial hypertension, right now that's very common diagnosis. And it's a common diagnosis. Why? Because we got chemicals that we're breathing in every single day. If you breathe in barium, strontium, and aluminum, which you are every single day from the sky, what do you think that strontium's doing? It's lodging in the alveoli of the lung. It's causing hypertension right there. But if you have compression of the fascia around here, or you have too much mucal lining, or you have compression of your rib cage, if you have an enlarged heart, if your lungs are not properly moving the fascia around there, you can have all that. But we found that if you do the upper reset for that specific diagnosis, we found if you do the upper reset, you use diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss, you get the hydration going. And the upper reset's got a lot of movements like this to open up the chest, open up the head. We found that the pulmonary arterial hypertension, it has a relaxation, and eventually it has less symptoms. And most people that have had that as a diagnosis coming in reported it, within 3 months or less have had a significant change, if not a reversal. Unwinding the heart video, that's the one. How can I heal my hip after lavamectomy? Okay, so it's basically, if you have an issue like that, it means you've had dehydration to get there. So it's diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss, Power Kirk 30, really powerful for that in particular. The lower reset, the barefoot sprinter routine number 2, and then every 3 days do the upper reset. I've been going through a lot of extra stress. Kaylee, NYC13, if you've been going through stress, you have tools. You go right to our website. You have a stress reset, an upper reset, lower reset. You can take your stress down by 75 to 90% at any given time in 15 minutes or less. You do that multiple times over and over again. If you have to do it 3 times or 4 times a day, do it 3, 4, or 4 times a day. What do you got to lose? Do that 15-minute stress reset 4 times a day. You do that over a course of a month, you're going to be completely different as a person. Why does my left side of my face look different than my right? There's a lot of reasons for that. But right now, if you notice, my body's changing balance points. And if my body's changing balance points, I'll show you one. So in my body, you'll notice that this trap is still slightly higher than this trap. This hip is still slightly higher than this hip. And if this is like this over here, then this has to be in unison pulling over there. That's why it happens that way. So my body's in transition or change. And it goes from being completely symmetrical looking to being unsymmetrical looking and back and forth. And your body's constantly in change. So trying to measure it at any point in time doesn't make sense. And for those of you guys that have a much more symmetrical face, I had a much more symmetrical face, but I listened to medicine, took a couple teeth out back there, started chewing on this side every day. Guess what it did? It cramped it up. That cramped it over here, pulled the fascia this way. Guess what that does? Pulls it all that way. Yeah, it's all in the process of repairing itself. Oh, not my face. People in general. Well, it's a torquing. If you look at someone's face and it's all torqued out, their body's going to be torqued out and their hips are going to be torqued out. Opposite. Not my opinion. It's, you can look at any single person. You take a picture of them. If their face is highly torqued this way, their body's going to be torqued this way, and their hips and legs are going to be torqued this way. Most likely, one leg is much heavier, or sorry, much tighter than the other. Like circumference is less. You'll see up to an inch circumference difference in the calves and the quads. Eye bags, absolutely. Upper reset and hydration, they'll all go away. Yeah, if your son's always clearing his throat, I mean, it's mucus. That's what it is. And like I said, sometimes you'll hear me do it more and sometimes less. If you have a vagal nerve, if you have this area too tight, which I'll do with you, let's do this together. Take the right hand, put it on your trap, turn your trap, press down and away. Take your left hand, push away, squat, turn your body to the left, head up and breathe. Okay, that felt really good. Let's go to the other side, push down, turn, take the hand, I like to push the skin and push the fascia away. Push it away, squat, turn the body to the right, look up, breathe. I can always I can still feel it clearing. So if this area, if the first and second rib in this area get agitated and pull up, it can cause a mucal response too. My husband's getting Charlie horses in his calves every night for the last week. You got to get your husband some minerals, diatomaceous earth, and Irish sea moss. The Power Kirk 30 will work right away. I'm a Virgo and have some mucus problems. Is it worse with stress? Yes. Yeah, so I highly recommend, if you're having a mucal problem, is to get diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss. Irish sea moss will help with the mucus. Again, my worst mucus is right when I'm here with you guys, and that's during the time of the day, because also, if you look at your circadian rhythm, and I'll show you this. So I'll show you my rhythm here. Okay, where is it? Pulling it up here. So, spleen is one of the areas, because my rib cage was torqued, so I've had a lot of pressure on my spleen. I'm also Sagittarius, so stomach and spleen are highly affected as a Sagittarius. So at this time between 9 and 11, and that's where I'm at right now, is my spleen time. And when my spleen is offline working is when I have the highest amount of mucus. And then through the rest of the day, it subsides and goes away. And then from 11 to 1 is your heart time. And then if you have issues like with your heart meridians coming from the hands down here into the heart on either side, that's the time when you're going to feel a little bit more compression in around there. It's important to know this, because if you're having a problem every day and it happens at the same time, it's highly likely that it's the organ and the meridians or the pathways for that organ that's having the problem. Okay. Let's look at Chris Alva. How can I work with my father? He's already in bed. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Hey, Gary, how are you?
Fantastic. We've talked before, right?
We have, yes. Yeah, I'm the crazy skydiver here in Mexico.
Yeah, skydivers. That's what it was. Yeah. You and your girlfriend. Your girlfriend's a Virgo, right? Or something? And you're a Leo or something?
Gemini, yeah. She's
oh,
a
Gemini. Yeah. Virgos, Geminis, they're both crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So,
how are you? You've been in Mexico now?
Yeah. So tell everybody your birthday. So
I'm August 18, 1990. So I'm a Leo, right?
Yeah, you're a Leo, but you're a master level Leo. You're like 4 degrees away, so you're probably like 25, like a Pisces Leo, or 24, like a Libra Leo.
Libra or Pisces Leo? Wow.
Yeah, well, like the difference is a Pisces Leo would always be daydreaming. A Libra Leo would be trying to seek balance everywhere to make everything balanced.
I think I'm a Libra Leo then. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense, because you were the Gemini, and Libras and Geminis, they fit together really good, I find.
We find a way to always come together and get along, yes.
Yeah.
Regardless of situations, right?
Yeah, and you skydive, right?
I do skydive, yes. I've been skydiving for 7 years now.
Yeah.
Mostly every day. So yeah, it's been a process for sure.
And
the problem is when you don't do it anymore.
Puerto Vallarta side?
Yeah, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it been going with the maneuvers for you?
Really good actually. I started the 28-day reset because of life and everything kind of got stopped somewhere around 10th, 12th day, something like that.
Yeah.
But as soon as I can, I just do the 15-minute stress release
that
maneuvers.
At the end of it,
That gets me going.
That's the placeholder. The reset is bringing it all together, the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings, and stuff like that. But I found that if you continue to do the physical work, you'll have more space in your body to do the rest.
Yeah. I've noticed that, because you can give yourself 15 minutes, not necessarily 45 or an hour, which usual session works takes. But if you just do the 15-minute, like that's just amazing as it is. Like, just gets your blood going, gets your body released. Like, it's just magic. Like, every time I do it, like, I just think of you and I say, Garry, thanks. Like, this is magic. Like, this is so much healing that, like, I've never thought that I could find, like, it's just,
Does it
I really hope.
affect your practice at all, your skydiving? Do you notice a difference? I'm just curious.
Yes. Now, I haven't been skydiving that much because it's kind of like low season, rainy season right now here.
Yeah.
But I've definitely noticed a difference, like, because when I fly, I don't fly a position anymore. I don't really think about a flying position. I just think about flying, like, I want to go there and I want to get there and I'm going to be there. So I don't really think about my body position anymore. Like, I could be flying sideways, but I'm going to this person and I'm going to stop right in front of him, and we usually fly like birds, and we go right, we both go right, and we go left, we both go left. So it's like a really nice connection to be at that time, at that speed, and that reality. It's something that I hope everyone could at least feel it once in their life.
Is it out of curiosity, have you noticed that you got the skin flap from the flying? Have you noticed that you have maybe like more stability or less stability by any chance?
Yes, for sure, more stability. I think it comes with body awareness.
Right.
So, like I was saying, like like, think about an airplane flying, it's going like that and they have their wings, right? So if they want to go left, they literally just put the flap down and then they start going left. So the body, the plane, it's flying, right? You're flying the plane. So the body is not really, the airplane is not really aware as the body is, but you can move your airplane as little as you want or as much as you want, and then it makes those turns. So when you're skydiving, you're using your body as the airplane, right? So The more aware that you are with your body, the more aware that you can make your moves and make your flying.
I'm excited to actually, I'm working myself up to it, but I'm excited to actually to go skydiving. That's one of those things that I've really, really wanted to do because I have all these beliefs about the body, and the ones I've tested them under the water, I've tested them on the water, I've tested them in mountains, I've tested them everywhere, but I haven't tested them in the air.
This is the second time we speak right now. This is the second time I invite you over. Maybe third, fourth time. I think I invited you a lot last time we spoke.
Yeah, I think we'll be over that way sometime. Like it won't be too long because we have we're starting to build a presence. People are coming from all over. We have people coming from the West Coast, so it's easy for us to meet them there than it is for them to come here sometimes.
Yeah, and here is super affordable, like the living, the hotel, like everything is like super affordable compared to Canada, US, or maybe some of South America nowadays, right?
Oh, Canada is like unbelievable right now. It's like interest rates going crazy. We went back up there for the summer, and our food bill went from like $5,000 to $7,000 a month for our group to $20,000 a month. It was unbelievable. I mean, arguably we probably ate a little bit more, but it was like we have a team, but it was over the top, easy 50-60% more.
Wow, it's insane. I don't know what's going on, like all the taxing. I don't know. It's just everything is going crazy. But here in Mexico, it's just beautiful, and it might be getting a little crazy as well, but not at the same speed as Canada and US.
Yeah,
like here, I think a lot of people are like disconnected from news, disconnected from like all the controlling mind that it's happening in the news.
Yeah, you don't hear it in the population. See, in Canada, you cannot watch the news, or United States, but then you go somewhere and everybody's freaking talking about it. you know, it's not the news, it's all the parrots talking about it.
Yeah, it's the same frequency that they are adopting, right? It's like a panic, like low frequency energy, and that's just vibrating everywhere. So it's like, oh, sorry, like I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear you saying all that. Like I just want to just be here and enjoy being with you instead of hearing all the craziness out there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because at the end, you choose, right? You choose what you wanna vibrate, what you wanna resonate with. Oh, yeah, I wanted to tell you something. I want to share something about yesterday. Actually, yesterday I think was a eclipse.
Yeah.
So it was like very strong energy. Now, we were doing myofascia release. We were doing the session, right? It was a full session, upper body.
Yeah.
We did the stress release and we did the upper body, and we kind of got stopped on the lower. Oh, we did the organ activation of the organs, the head trauma as well, right? We did the pushing and releasing as well. We just didn't do the lower body reset because that's why I'm coming to. I just felt something that just like just super overwhelming, and I just felt that I was releasing like so much, and I just started like crying. I just started like just feeling me, and like it was so magical. I don't know how to explain it, but I know you understand it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was very magical, and then we just gave each other time and space to release and to speak what we needed to, and we just hugged each other, and we just had like a really very strong release, you know, of all the tension and all the stress and just all that.
How does it feel today?
Right?
How does it feel today?
Amazing. I slept super good. Like I actually felt like I rested. Like I woke up and I felt it's been amazing. Now, right before that situation where we had the release, it was after, right? It was after we had the release. So I was already in that frequency. I was already on that vibration of gratefulness and just playing and just being in connection with the whole, you know. And I was just here in the balcony. I could show you just to make it a bit more. Right.
Oh, beautiful.
So the balcony. This is where I am, like watching you, hearing you, and just resonating with you, and just loving you, right? Because that's what I've been really doing here. So I was just here, and then out of nowhere, just a bird. Well, yeah, how we started, right? So in the morning, we came out here in the afternoon, and we saw a bird. There was a dead bird here in front of us. So
what kind of bird?
How do you call those birds? You know, those gray ones. They're here in Mexico a lot. Those gray ones, they're like tiny, and yeah, they're
like
just
a dove, or
like a pigeon kind of thing. Just like
you want to look up the spiritual meaning of that, because you know, you look up that bird as a spirit animal. When, like over here, just before the eclipse, we had 4 birds that were dead on the lawn. I mean, they were like either dead or very close to it. They couldn't fly away, and we were like picking them up before the dogs like ended their life in a bad way. And it was like, it was very prolific, because it was like, haven't seen that once, and all of a sudden right before the eclipse there's 4 of them. So that means something. So what that means is whatever that bird represents, whatever it is, that I look at it as a spirit animal. I Google that bird as a spirit animal. That is that's rebirthing, either dying, going away, the old of it, or the negative of it, and the positive or the opposite of it's rebirthing.
Yeah, I did have the time to kind of search for it. My partner as well, so she explained about that. So that happened. Now the story's not over. It's funny that you mentioned the number 4. So for me, it wasn't 4. For me, it was another more strong number.
3. That's
Without.
Sagittarius.
So we see this bird, and like, you know, we do his ceremony. You know, we release him to nature, and then probably around 5 to 10 minutes after, I see 2 birds flying together, just like flying together, and I look at them, and I'm a flyer, right? I'm a skydiver. I skydive, right? I'm a soul that is having this human experience, but I'm very connected with birds because that's what I do. I fly. So I look at them, and they're flying together, and then out of nowhere, one of them decides to crash against the wall that is just right here in front of me, right below me. And I see him crash, and then he tries to do like a 180, and then tries to take off again to get out of the patio that he was in. It starts to fly. I see his wings flapping, but doesn't have the strength enough because clearly he got knocked out. And then I look at him, and he just sits down, and I'm waiting for him to get up and just keep going, right? Just like, you're knocked out, just relax, just keep going. But he didn't. You know, he just went to the ground, and he just pretty much died in front of me. So it was. So,
the first bird is 1. That's Leo. That's love. That's the heart. And the second one, 2, is Cancer. It's community, and it's feeling. It's feel. So you decipher it that way. The first one's about your heart. So something was reborning in your heart. And then the second one is, it was altering the way that you feel.
So that happened, right? I mean, I don't know if you want to see this, but
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess so, right? Yeah. He's right here.
Right.
He's one house bottom from me, or 2 houses bottom from me. He's in the ground floor.
Right.
So I was waiting for him, like, all right, just get up. Like, you just got knocked out. Like, get up, just keep flying, you know. But then he wouldn't. So then just the pain came to me, you know. Like, the feeling came to me, the pain, you know, the
feeling, 2. Remember I said 2 is feeling.
The feeling, you know, like I felt him. Like, I felt what he was feeling, you know. I felt his wings trying to take off. Like, I felt his head getting those chemicals after getting knocked out in the wall, and I just felt it, you know, and I just connected with him. And I don't know, probably like a minute later, after I was like crying, trying to release all this, another bird just came and crashed right below me, right here in a window, because it kind of sounded like a glass door. I'm not able to see, but I kind of sounded like a glass door. He did 180 and then just tried to fly away, and then he just went in there, and all I could see was the feathers, and it was insane. Like, I don't know, I'm about to cry.
That's a sign. That's a sign. You know, it's something releasing from your heart. You're feeling it is the next one, which is 2. And you're feeling it in your heart because 2 became 1, and then 1 came back. It's something reborn in your heart.
Yeah, so that happened to me, and I just feel this massive rush in my body, you know, adrenaline and endorphins and everything. Like, all the chemicals came into my body, and I just felt like I wanted to get out of here and just go into the ocean and just forgive myself for whatever, you know, I've done to attract that or to have that into my reality, because I fell into an awareness that we are one with the wholeness. So whatever that comes to our reality, like whatever that comes to our eyes or ears and around us, it's something that we're attracting. Yes. So I was just trying to understand, what have I done to attract this situation in me, taking into consideration that I'm a bird, you know? So I could feel him, like, I could feel him, like, my whole being. So it was something very strong. And thank you so much for
listen, it's something in your heart dying so you can have rebirth. 2 of them, 2 come in, 1 dies. That creates 2 is Cancer, community, rebirth, so community, and then it's back in your heart again. And the last one's in your heart. So think about it this way. Nature comes and goes. They're part of a cycle. They agree upon that. We actually agree upon that. We just don't always think about it that way.
Yeah.
So what it's doing is your observation is showing you a reflection of some significant change in you. But it wasn't bad. That nature, I mean, think about it from a bird's point of view. It's gone as a bird. Maybe it's coming back as a dog, you know, maybe it's going to its next journey. And it's like you got to witness the fact that it's moving on.
That's exactly what my beautiful partner told me. He's like, the first saying, I don't want to be a bird anymore. I'm out. I want to transcend to the next level. And he just, bam. And he's happy now. He's just light. He's just part of the light. Just.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like we make all this meaning around death, and death is the most fundamental part of what makes us alive. And we worship our birth and we celebrate birthdays. And when it comes to death, it's like no one wants to talk about it. I don't even want to plan it. We plan our birthdays every year for our whole life. And then when death comes along, it's like, no, I didn't even want to plan, didn't even want to talk about it. But I can't live my life until I experience my death. And what's happening for you right now is you've been going through a transition since I met you last, which is the death of the old you, the death of the patterns, the death of the stories. And that nature was showing you a reflection of what's changing. Being able to decode it is literally going in and looking at what you think those birds were. And the first one was your heart. The second one, how you felt about your heart. And the third one was your heart again, what was new. And it's 3, which is the number for Sagittarius, which is about changing and altering your belief.
369. 369 is always being very, very strong on me since I found the power of it. Since I found the power, I've been using it, and
yeah,
369 is always around me for some reason. And when I met you, we do 3 breaths through the nose, 3 breaths through the mouth.
There's a reason
3 breaths
for that.
right? 369, 369, 369.
There's a reason for that. We're in the 3rd dimension. Sagittarius is 3. Versions of Sagittarius, 3 is belief, 6 is balance, 9 is I act, I am, and 12 is the grand master step of belief. So 3, 6, 9, add another 3 is 12. That's our breath sequence. It's on purpose. That was thought out. That was a part of the magic that I brought to this world when I was looking at the fascial maneuvers, because I was asking all the time as I was channeling, how many breaths, how many times do I hold? The entire program was based around a formula. And then once I asked a whole bunch of times, once I got it, I'm like, oh, we're just 3, 6, 9. Then I realized that. Then I'm like, oh, I don't even need to ask anymore. I understand how many breaths. I understand why. Yeah.
Tesla said it, right? If you want to know the secrets.
Yeah.
Frequency, vibration, and 369.
Yeah, we're in the 3rd dimension. And the 3rd dimension is Sagittarius, the color blue, the planet Jupiter. It's our story. It repeats every 12 years. Jupiter cycles every 12 years. So it's our story. If you go 12 years ago from today, 2011, the theme of your life would be very much the same as it is today. Contemplating a new job or career, relationship, either starting or ending with a person or work or something like that. It would be maybe being uprooted from where you live. But those themes repeat every 12 years. And that's part of a Jupiter story, which is our story that we're born to live.
I was trying to remember where I was 12 years ago. And I think 12 years ago, I was driving to Guadalajara, which is the next biggest city close to where I was living. Because my friend was going to Alaska. He used to live in Fairbanks, so he was going to AK. So we were driving him there. And just like an hour before we get to the city, maybe less, 30 minutes, I was a co-pilot. So we crashed against a bull. B-U-L-L, bull. Pretty much a male cow, big bull. We crashed against it. I hit my head, and I lost conscious for like 8 days, more than a week. I was just...
12 years ago this time? It's
12
the
years ago around.
birds hitting their head, this time not you. That's mercy in your story. A head was hit.
Yeah, yeah. And I was pretty much in coma,
I think
right?
the
And
bull was telling you you were bullheaded at that time.
I really was. I was just winning my life away, drinking alcohol, not doing anything. Like I wasn't aware of what I was. Like I was definitely in another path.
Wow. So look around at other aspects of your story. The best way to say what are the themes of my life 12 years ago, like in 2011, I was starting something new. I had a new career. I was just learning something that transformed my life. Those themes are repeating themselves right now. So whatever was going on then. So I imagine what it sounds like is at that time when you hit the bull and had the concussion, that you had a full stop to change your consciousness. And it sounds like that's what just happened yesterday.
Yeah, so I had to because I lost conscious, right? Like I remember my mom feeding me. I remember some of my friends on the side of the bed, and then I remember when we were driving back home and stuff like that. But most of my memories, I was in my bed in my mom's house, and I was being aware of myself. And I said to myself, "You cannot do this to your body, to your experience anymore. You gotta change." So I moved to Guadalajara, the place that I was going to, and I got a job in a call center. So I was taking calls every day. It's one of the most stressful jobs, but I was actually able to get my English going, and it helped me a lot. I met a lot of people that takes me where I am right now. So all of those paths that I've been going through had led me to where I am right now for sure. Like I'm here right now in Puerto Vallarta, thanks to that accident against the bull.
Or was it an accident?
It was not an accident.
There you go. And when I stopped blaming the world for creating accidents, there are no accidents. Those are parts of my story. And every 12 years, that part of the story comes back in a new way for a new level of understanding. So 3 birds died. That's belief. And they hit their head. By the way, I believe we all come from some sort of hybrid from animals. So, so all you Geminis out there, you came from the bird clan, by the way. They have more. They have longer, pointier faces, longer arms, longer fingers like feathers.
I do have long arms. We do have long arms.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the rest of your chart, but I'm willing to bet you that the number 5 shows up a lot in your chart or in your life. And there's probably a lot of Gemini in your chart. I don't know what it looks like, but I can guarantee you, because the 2 of you guys seem like a perfect match in everything I feel.
For some reason, I seem to that we are a perfect match. The more we are away from each other, the more I meet people. It's like, wow, we're a perfect match. Like,
when's her birthday?
It's just
again.
Hers?
Yeah.
She's 26. 05
yeah.
88.
Yeah, she's the brainiac. I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, she's always trying to figure out the mysteries of life. She's always figuring out the mysteries of life, doing some sort of number or figuring out in the backside the mysteries of life and how it all works and how it all connects together. And goes from I'm a skydiver, now I'm a doctor, now I'm a student.
Does that ring the bell? Does that ring the bell by any chance?
Yeah, brainiac. Yeah, super smart. Always decoding the universe. Always looking for the puzzle pieces to be solved.
Yes, super smart for sure. For sure. It's funny that you mentioned Gemini. It's funny that you mentioned Libra, and she's Gemini Libra. So
yeah, I mean, there you go. That would make sense to me. Like, we attract, especially at your level. You're a master level, Leo. So you're going to attract to your heart everything that you are or you need a reflection on, especially at this time in your life and where we are in the world right now. Every single person that comes into your life, including the delivery driver, including the person you bump into the street, they all are a super reflection, especially for the next 9 months. The next 9 months, every single person that comes into your life is there to show you something. And the more you look and then you go, okay, what are they there to show me? What am I learning from this? The more you do that, the better, especially for the next 9 months. I mean, it is hypercharged for the next 9 months.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that because I think I already started, you know, like it's been a couple months that just people comes in my life and they just teach me so many things, you know, like people in the street, people that I don't even know, people that I will never see again. And it's like, wow, like how is this teaching
The
me?
most prolific ones are the ones you meet in the street. It's like homeless people have been the biggest influence in my life. I've given
Really?
homeless people thousands of dollars because I felt the exchange, and I'm like, here, I don't
Need to
believe in giving to people who aren't giving, but you gave me something. Here, I want you to have that. I've done this like dozens of times in my life where I've given homeless people thousands and thousands of dollars because helped them out, got them jobs, all kinds of stuff, because the exchange they gave me, and they don't even know it most of the time. They just say something or do something, and I'm like, at a moment in time, and I know that that's how consciousness speaks to me. Like my most prolific is homeless people.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's been going like that, not necessarily homeless, but you know, I've seen a lady and she smiles at me and I just feel like I literally just grab something and it's like, here, I wanna give you a dinner for you and your husband. And she's like, what? It's like, yeah. She's like, no, why? How? It's like, I don't know, I just feel it. And it's like, oh, well, thank you. Like, you know, we're going through this and I really needed it. It's like, well, I don't know why. I just wanted to give it to you. And it just, you know, you feel the fire going in you, like, wow, it's just like, it just feels so good, you know. And I don't like to share those kind of things because I feel like that light gets a little bit carried out away when you share it. But I think it's time for sharing. So
yeah,
I
mean, you're sharing it for the right reasons. You're sharing it to inspire and help others to look in another way. There's a difference between sharing for self-gratification, like sharing, look at me, look at my story, all that. There's another sharing, which is I'm sharing because I want to help. That's what I do. I share all the time. I don't share like, hey, look at my story. I'm like in complete amazement and wonderment on a daily basis. Stuff happens, and I'm like I know every single person that comes in my sphere of influence. I know all of their astrology. Even people I talk to, I ask at least their birthday. I know who comes at me, and I can put the puzzle together. And some days I go, there is no way on the planet Earth that all of these things could be a coincidence. There's just no way.
there's no such thing as coincidence, right?
None. No coincidences, no accidents. And in my life, as I've stopped saying things were accidents or coincidences or flukes, when I stopped doing that and started accepting that I attracted all of that in my life somehow to show me something, my life dramatically changed. My body changed, my culture changed, the people around me changed, my attitude changed, everything. Because if everything is a coincidence or an accident, then I'm actually a victim of this world.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a victim. I want to be responsible for everything that comes in my world. And if I'm responsible for everything that comes in my world, then I can make a change. But if it's an accident, then I can't. If I just got lucky one day, then I can't make a change. I can't reproduce that. That means that I am now a victim of the world. I don't get lucky. I put out a lot of good energy, and I do that. I take care of myself, and I help people around me. And things tend to work out when I do that.
Wow, it's amazing how the exact same words on the exact same frequency vibration that were used yesterday are being used right now by you.
Good. That's again, not an accident. It's because you attracted this. You are a master level Leo. You have your journey of what you're going to do to impact the world is just starting to open up right now, because the old you just died. And the new you is waking up. The sun, what happened with this new moon and the sun, the new moon is bringing into manifestation all these things that you've been working on for the last couple of years. The sun is like flash drying it, like whoosh, it flashes it, and then it hard codes it into we're software. The sun is the mega save button. It's the overall save button.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. I can tell that we're going to interact in the future.
Uh,
I'm looking forward to knowing what that is. I'm super excited about what that looks like. maybe it'll start off by jumping out at 18,000, 20,000 feet. Maybe that's where it'll start.
yeah, yeah. So,
I was thinking about doing it without a parachute, but I don't know if that's good the first time.
yeah, you gotta be Travis Pastrana and have some really badass skydivers following you, attached to you, and then open parachute. Because he did. He jumped out of an airplane with no parachute.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like I have the faith that if I was to do that, that everything would be okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and if I hit the ground, I guess that would be okay too. I don't have that fear anymore. I've had everything in the world that most people consider bad happen to them. Everything from people around me dying and suicides and all this to being incarcerated. I mean, I've had all the things, the experiences that would say people go, that's a once in a lifetime thing. I've had all of them.
Yeah.
So if my time is to go, it's my time to go. But I don't believe it's my time to go. And it also gives me a certain vibrato or a certain fearlessness in the world, because I know until my job's done, I'm not going anywhere. So if you want to be safe, just hang around me.
All right. Now you're in Mexico right now. You're in Quintana Roo, Tulum.
Yeah. We're going into Joshua Tree just past LA for a week. We have a big VIP event there, and then we're doing an open event in Joshua Tree. It's gonna be really powerful.
I bet. Yeah, well, I've been thinking since I met you, like before I even talked to you, like to just be able to make an event here in Puerto Vallarta, just gather enough people.
Let's do it. Start showing it. Start sharing it with people. People in the next 3 months are going to have so much personal crap go on in their lives. They're going to be looking for anything. The 3 months after that, they're going to be trying to go in their community to figure out how to fix it. And the 3 months after that, then they're going to say, I want to help the world. Or they're going to blow themselves up.
Yeah, I think the world is dividing right now. I think it's a low vibration, high vibration planet Earth. So
yeah, we're splitting. We're splitting. Yeah, and you can see it. And when people say like we're splitting, the Earth is splitting, and also our frequencies are splitting, our states of awareness are splitting. A lower state of awareness still walks around the same place as a higher state of awareness. It's just that the worlds look very different. I learned this like when I was going through my worst times, I remember sitting there and watching people that were having obvious success and their lives at the same place I was. I was hating life and they were loving life. And I'm like, there's something different here. And I could see them, they could see me, but we weren't on the same plane. That was the greatest experience that I had was being incarcerated, because it taught me things about myself I couldn't learn while I'm out there doing it. You can't learn about yourself when you're out there swinging all the time. When you're trying to stay alive, trying to make ends meet, trying to build your portfolio in your life, you don't really get the reflection. But 17 months in a cell, held in solitary confinement, that really gives you a lot of time to reflect.
Yeah.
Best experience of my life. Didn't feel like it at the time. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, no.
Like I wanted out of it like crazy, but now looking back, I wouldn't have traded one day.
Now that you mention a cell, it makes me think of something that I heard yesterday, that we are batteries and all that energy gets contained in a cell.
Yeah, and we live in cities, and cities are built by engineers, and the etymology of engineers is a designer of weapons and systems for containment. So engineers build all the roads and the sewers and all that so we can stay in the cities for containment. And we are cells, and we do radiate energy, and that energy is collectible. That's all I'm going to say.
It is.
Somebody's collecting it somewhere.
That's all I'm going to say.
We're going to have some great conversations.
Nearly dropped the mic, no?
Okay, guys, we'll see you later. Looking forward to what's next. Get into the Lifestyle Artist program as soon as you can, Chris.
Yeah.
It's right at the end of the 28-day reset. On the 28th day, you get an invite to be in that program. It's a worldwide network. That alone, they got hundreds of people in there that probably want to skydive, and I'm certainly going to do it. So
yeah, you have to, like, please come, come, let's just go through this. Let's just.
I'm looking forward to it. Get into Lifestyle Artist Program and I'll be there.
For sure. Sure.
Okay.
You're welcome anytime. Thank you.
Take care of both of you. Bye. You get charged like a battery in that cell and then you burn it all off for somebody. Get into nature. Yes. Cities. Oh, okay. I'll show you one here. I think I got one here to show you. Hold on here. It's prolific. It's so simple, but I'm going to show this to you. Hey, here it comes. It is funnier than heck. Okay, almost there, almost there. Before that, almost there. I gotta put all this stuff. I keep saying this, but at one point I gotta put all this stuff in a place to dig it out. Okay, finding it. Almost there. Whoa, is that it? No, not there. Oh, here it is. You're just a piece of data carrying information as you move through the circuit system that has been designed to siphon your energy. On the left is a circuit board. On the right is a bigger circuit board. The difference is on the left, the circuits are running non-biological energy. On the right, running biological energy. Think about this, guys. Each cell in your body has 1.4 volts of charge. It's scientifically proven. Has a negative and positive charge. That means with 50 trillion cells, you have 70 trillion volts of potential electricity in your body. 70 trillion volts. We now can do wireless charging on your iPhones. We can siphon energy off of things wirelessly. We have technology to do that in real life or give it energy. You don't think that something or somebody is siphoning energy? What do you think about that? Put it in the comments. What's your view on that? What do you think about that? How do you feel when you go in a city? When you cruise through a city, you feel worn out. You feel energy at first. That's all your adrenaline gets pumped out. You know, it's even weird because when your body sees a sharp edge, like when somebody comes from the country and they come to a city, they get excited before they've even been there the very first time. I was. And why is that? Because as you're coming from a distance, you see all the city. Guess what? When your body sees a right angle, it fires adrenaline, norepinephrine, and cortisol because it fears falling on it and hurting at a low level. That's what your body actually does. So when you're driving into a city, people get excited. If you grew up in a city, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you grew up in the country, and you grew up far away, I did. I grew up 6 hours away from a city. When I drive to the city, I get all this excitement for no reason. I don't even know what's there. How come I'm excited? Because your brain sees sharp edges and it says, I want to protect myself. That's a biological thing. Sounds stupid, but it's true. Bio vampires. I love that. Love you guys. Yes. Somebody's getting it. Absolutely. Hey, have you ever been at a football game? All the energy it's created at a football game? Come on, man. If we could do wireless charging and wireless harnessing of energy, what do you think happens there? We have the highest use of that 70 trillion volts in a game. Yeah, for those of you guys who've left the city, you get stressed when you go back. Yeah, I can relate to that. So, who's coming to Joshua Tree? 18th. Super curious. We are going to be having Rob Earth there. He's going to be doing, I think it's called Chimera. I keep getting the name wrong. And then after that, we're going to be doing a trauma release, group trauma release with a partnered release. So you're going to learn how to help others. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a question answer, or a, hey Gary, we do it live. So you're gonna be able to say your live thing. We're gonna be talking about it live, and then we're gonna be helping you. Bring in my husband and a friend. Thank you so much. Yes, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, you guys, at the core of it. If you haven't been to a live event like this before, it will shock you. People go into the next 3 days. People go into massive changes after doing this. Yes. It's Cryas. Can't log into my lifestyle artist account. What to do? Just message in. Just message in to help, or you go on Instagram and just send a message. Say you're a lifestyle artist, can't log in. We'll figure out what's going on. We'll get you to the help right away. Yeah, you guys, it's going to be powerful. And what I didn't know is that's a Grandmaster Libra day. It's to restore balance and embody and bring down balance. And of course, I didn't plan it that way. As a matter of fact, after I set up the date, I'm like, wait a second here. That's a Grandmaster Libra day. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be absolutely fun. Okay, guys. Time for one more. Astrology. Looks like cool or new. And then we have to leave a little bit early. We're getting on the plane. And by the way, Astro Monday is being scheduled tomorrow during the live, just because we're going to be in the air during that time. How to deal with severe anxiety from past trauma is super simple. 28-day reset. Start off with the upper reset or the lower reset. Do it daily. Get yourself the supplements. You have to have minerals. Minerals are what connect the dots, allow all your hormones to fire properly. Hello from the Philippines. We're looking to come. Actually, we're planning to be there end of January, early February, as well as Bali and Jakarta. Yes, we're going to be over there. It's going to be lots of fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to Asia. It's been a while. Experience new pains midway through the reset period. Yes, those pains aren't, this is a really good question. I'm getting new pains through the reset process from Brooklyn. Normally those aren't new pains. The way your body works is this, is you can only feel you can only be aware of the top 3 pains in your body. 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to the average person is 80 to 90 are called subclinical pains, which means your brain, you're aware of it. It's drawing power in the back end to fix it, but you're not consciously aware of it. So if you get rid of your top pain, your 4th one becomes your 3rd one, and so on and so on. Again, this isn't a fascial maneuver thing. This is a human dynamics thing. This is proven science. It was Travell and Simmons, which was JFK's doctor, who actually put this and referred pain and talked about this. So this is well-known science. It's been around since the 70s. Minerals connect the dots. Yes, they do. Think about every one of those minerals as a pathway through your fascia. Like if you're in a cloud network, each pathway takes you to a different vendor, a different website, a different app. And if one of those pathways isn't working, your body might get around it another way. But that each one of those minerals, of the 102 minerals, your body has to have, but have in balance. So taking a whole bunch of minerals, if you don't have the other ones, like if you go take trace minerals, it's better than nothing. But if you take trace minerals and you're missing a lot of the other ones, because trace is going to be 40 to 60, so you're missing another 60 some odd minerals, then your body overwhelms and knows and starts filling those pathways, but it's ignoring the ones that it needs to. So it's going to work, but it's not going to get you to where you want. My son feels angry, tired, and sad and frustrated every morning. Okay. I get called from school and then he runs away after breakfast. I'm at a loss. Elizabeth, here's a couple things here. Number one, for your son, almost 100% certain he's eating non-organic food. That's very, very common because it disrupts the hormones. and it blocks the serotonin in the small intestine. If you don't have serotonin in the small intestine, you don't feel connected to the world. He's probably a water sign or a fire sign or an air sign, not feeling connected to the world, and he gets frustrated right away. So first and foremost is diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss for that little guy. Second of all, doing some fascial maneuvers. Start off with the belly button unwind partnered trauma release and the belly button ileocecal valve release. This is what it looks like. I'll show you, like, for a lot of different conditions. This can be conditional, but like this little guy here, this is all coming from the small intestines here. Small intestines are blocked and not properly working, so there's no flow, so it comes out in the skin. When that is, the baby is really upset and angry and frustrated because he doesn't feel connected to the world, doesn't understand why he's not connected, angry about that. Okay, so what we're doing here is taking, and the mother, because the baby wouldn't let her, was doing these type of maneuvers. And you see this in the dark because the baby wouldn't let her. So doing the belly button torque and the ileocecal valve release on both sides, and what that's doing is it's restoring flow back in there so the small intestine can work well. So then what happens is that the baby starts to feel connected to the world again. And when the baby feels connected, babies are naturally happy. Your baby's crying all the time, it's because there's a strong emotional or physical disconnection, and they're usually connected. So it's super important for you yourself to do that. And also, children are radiators for the parents. So if the parents are feeling disconnected or fear or anger, the children are also going to be feeling the same thing. So this whole idea is that we didn't tell the children, we kept it away from them. That's a lie. That don't happen. Your children know what the feeling or the emotion is, and if they don't have a story to connect it, then they start to think it's them. This is super important, guys. Super important. Elizabeth, start with the 28-day reset for yourself. Get your emotions out. You'll find your children happier naturally. Second of all, remove the chemicals from their food. Third of all, get them hydrated with diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss. You'll see a change immediately, like within a couple of weeks for young children. Okay, everybody, it's 11:30. We're off. We're getting on a plane going off to California. We'll be in Joshua Tree. We're looking to meet some really cool people while we're there. We have somebody just starting the 28-day reset, but is going to help and share her story online. It's one of the bachelorettes. I will wait and show you that, but it's one of the recent bachelorettes. We have some other big influencers coming in. We have Raw of Earth, and what we're doing is working with them to help them in their bodies so that they can help you, because they influence millions and millions of people. So looking forward to it. If you haven't done it yet, get your tickets for Joshua Tree. It's adults $50, $17. That pays for the facility and the stuff that we need to do that. We'll have supplements there at a discount. We'll have shirts there and stuff like that, so you'll be able to get a really good deal on stuff while you're there. We'll also be having Raw of Earth do part of the program. On top of that, we're going to be doing the class and the group trauma release, and then sharing and helping each other. And we're going to be flying. Where are you flying? We're flying into Los Angeles, and then we're going right to Joshua Tree. So we're going to be in Joshua Tree the whole time. And we have a corporate event while we're out there. Guys, also too, if you can help us out, please go to our YouTube and subscribe. You got to log in to subscribe. It's really important for us to build up these numbers, because we're moving to full-fledged TV. That's where our programming is going this year, so that you'll be able to turn on our channel, and almost any time of the waking day, you'll have real content that's live that you can interact with. So if you can go subscribe there, that's great. If you haven't done it yet, the 28-day reset, you can go to our website. So check out our new website. If you want to help people, we have all kinds of new resets and programs on there, super easy, including partner resets, beginner, intermediate, advanced. We've got the upper, the lower resets, all there in one spot where you can find it, because it's not easy to find it on YouTube. So you can find the resets there on our website. So go to our website, check it out. You can send people there, and they can get help there very easily. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow on the live. Be here at the normal time. Tomorrow we have CO Tuesdays and we are doing Astro Monday on Tuesday. So it's Astro Tuesday. See you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody.